Hey, beautiful people! How are you doing? Welcome to another video here on the channel Heart Hustle. Your space to talk about feelings, relationships, and of course, the emotional messes we all get ourselves into from time to time. Before we dive in, you already know the deal. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because here we talk about love, self-awareness, and, most importantly, how to walk away from relationships that do nothing but burn us. And that's exactly why today's topic is Top 5 Love Bonfires You've Probably Jumped Over, or Still Will. Because let's be real, there are situations we only recognize as dangerous after we've barely escaped. Or worse, after we've already gotten burned. Top 5. The situationship that only texts when they're bored. Let's start with that low-key bonfire that burns slowly, but deeply damages your self-esteem. You know that person who disappears for days, weeks, and suddenly shows up with a casual text? Hey, been busy. Or wow, life's been crazy lately. But funny enough, they only appear on lonely Saturday nights, or when none of their other plans worked out. And the worst part? You notice it. Deep down you know you're just the backup plan. But when the message pops up, your heart still skips a beat. You reply, meet up. And the next day? Silence again. If you've already walked away from this, congratulations. You've jumped over a bonfire that many people still insist on playing with. If you're still stuck in it, here's your wake-up call. You deserve to be someone's first choice, not their backup. Top 4. The relationship that was more fights than peace. This is the classic bonfire, starts with sparks, ends in emotional wildfire. Sure, you had good moments, but if you really weigh it out, there were way more arguments, jealousy, trust issues, and constant drama than anything remotely healthy. You know that relationship where you're always walking on eggshells? Every comment starts a fight. Every unanswered text becomes a reason for suspicion. Every Instagram like triggers an interrogation. And the most dangerous thing about this bonfire is how addictive it can be. Because when things are good, it feels like everything's worth it. But then comes the next fight, and the next, and the next, until you realize you're living in an emotional loop with no exit. If you had the strength to walk away, you've made one of the best decisions of your life. If you're still there, maybe this is the little push you needed to jump before the fire consumes you completely. Top 3. Falling for someone who clearly doesn't want anything serious, and you knew that from the start. This bonfire is sneaky, because most of the time, we jump into it knowingly. The person was honest. They told you from day one, I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want to keep it casual. And what do? We convince ourselves that we'll be the exception, that we'll be the one who changes their mind, who makes them see the light, who turns a casual fling into a love story. And so it begins. The late-night hangouts, the cuddles, the cute texts. But when it comes time to define the relationship, it's not you, it's me. I'm just not ready. Meanwhile, you're stockpiling hope and collecting disappointment. When you finally manage to get out, it's like breathing again. Sure, there's a little heartbreak, but deep down, you should have jumped out of that bonfire way earlier. Top 2. Believing they'd change. But they never did. This bonfire is for the hopeless romantics, the optimists, the emotional renovators. You meet the person. You notice the red flags from day one. But you believe that with time, love, and patience, they'll change. They make promises. They say it's just a phase. For a week, they improve, send good morning texts, are attentive, and then boom. Everything goes back to how it always was. Lies, disappearing acts, mood swings, emotional unavailability. And you keep trying, giving more, tolerating more, waiting for the miracle. Until one day, you realize the change you were waiting for isn't coming. And with whatever strength you've got left, you jump out of that bonfire and start the long, but necessary journey back to yourself. Top 1. The relationship that made you doubt who you are. And here it is, the most dangerous bonfire of all. Because this one doesn't just burn your heart, it eats away at your identity. It's that relationship where little by little, you start questioning your worth, wondering if you're lovable, if you're good enough, if the problem is always you. That person who criticizes everything. The way you talk, the way you dress, the way you laugh. You start holding back, afraid to speak, afraid to be yourself, walking on emotional landmines every single day. And worst of all, it takes time to realize how much damage it's doing. But then comes that breakthrough moment. Whether it's a friend's tough love, a random article you read, or just sheer exhaustion, you finally see it for what it is. A toxic, controlling, emotionally abusive relationship. And when you get out, it feels like coming up for air after almost drowning. Yes, it leaves scars, but also the best lessons about self-worth and boundaries. Beautiful people. None of us make it through love life without a few burns. We all have at least one bonfire story to tell, some bigger, some smaller, but all with a lesson at the end. And you know what? If you've already jumped over any of these, congratulations. You survived. If you're still inside one, here's my most honest message. You deserve better. So much better. Now tell me, which of these bonfires have you already jumped over? Or is there another one I forgot to list here? Leave it in the comments. Let's